Hi there, welcome to this video series on how to create a search engine web application in C# by integrating the Bing API. My name is Ayuba Ojanugwamuazu, and I'm a software developer from Nigeria, Africa. And in this video tutorial, we are going to create our own search engine web application, just exactly or almost exactly like Bing and Google. So you can search for any keyword, you can search for anything on the web application we're going to create. But the most interesting thing is we're going to create this web application by integrating with a Bing API. So I'm going to walk you through what, of course, everybody knows Bing. And you just know that it's a search engine like Google, quite effective. And we're just going to peruse through, first of all, the different API that Microsoft has through its cognitive services. And then we are going to proceed to look at the web search API. And then we're going to create our own Bing web search API where you can search for any word. And then we're going to do everything actually in C# and ASP.NET. So at the end of the day, we are going to create something like this. Okay, I'll show you this interface later. So at the end of the day, we're going to create a kind of a live search application. We're going to call it live search application that you can search for keywords, just the way I type little token here, and then we have this. So we are going to search for something like this at the end of the day. So stay with me while we get to see this. Welcome to session 1 of this video series on how to create a search engine web application in C# by integrating the Bing API. My name once more time is Ayuba Ojanugwamuazu, and in session 1 here we are going to look at Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services. We're going to look at the different API that the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services have before we dive into the Bing web search API. So we're going to look at these APIs. We're just going to discuss them briefly: the Vision API, the Speech API, the Language API, the Search API, and then the Decision API. So from there, we're going to proceed to the Bing web search API before we create our own web search application. So first of all, you head up to our Microsoft website, go to docs.microsoft.com, put in this URL there, and then cognitive services. So you can see this you're going to see this page about cognitive services, and you can see the Azure Cognitive Service documentation. It says learn how to build intelligent algorithms into apps, websites, and bots so that they can hear, speak, and understand your user needs through natural method of communication. So there are tutorials, there are quick starts, there are API references, and example that will show you how. But we're going to create our own web service API. Our own web search API is going to be quite different from what's the example that is here, because we're going to create a web search service API actually, not a console application. So under cognitive service API, like we have the Vision API that I talk about. You can see that different Vision API. We have computer vision, custom vision service, face API, form recognizer. These are on the preview, and then ink recognizer on the preview too, and video indexer. So first of all, let's click just one of it. Let's click on computer vision. Let's open this in a new tab and see what this API is all about on the Vision API. Most definitely I'm going to do a video on one of these APIs, or probably on each category. Just pick one and then we work on it. So let's go to the Vision, computer vision, and see what it's all about, because the Microsoft Cognitive Services, it's actually vast and have this useful API that will make your application more user-friendly, more intelligent, and more natural. So let's see what the cognitive API on computer vision on the cognitive API is all about. Good. So you can see we have this. The cloud-based computer vision API provide developers with access to advanced algorithm for processing images and returning information. So by uploading an image or specifying an image URL, Microsoft Computer Vision algorithm can analyze visual content in different ways based on inputs and user choices. So that's what this API is all about. So you can see you have to know what computer vision is all about, recognize printed and handwritten text, and then call computer vision API. So we still in future we're going to do this all in C#, and then we are going to see how this can aid us in our day-to-day life, and how the computer vision API is going to help us solve some image related problems, more especially security wise. So that is that about vision API from computer vision, actually from the vision API. Now for the speech API, if you go to speech services, just open it, and then okay, the Bing speech API is retiring, and so is the translator speech. So let's just look at speech services, and then of course we also have speech recognition. This is on the preview, it's still being developed. So let's look at what the speech service says. Okay, let's just talked about speech service documentation. Use our speech service SDK with REST API. So we're going to in this you're going to know what speech service is, and you're just going to look at the SDK. So we have speech to text, where you say something and then the application is able to write a text message. This is very good for more especially for creating lyrics in musical applications and all that. And you have custom wake word. Of course, we have speech to text, like I said. So use this API tool is also important. It's also part of Microsoft Cognitive Services. So we will look at it also in the future, and then see how we can do voice recognition and all that using this API. So that's that about speech API. Then also look at language API. Okay, the immersive reader is still on the review, and and there's language understanding. There's a Q&A maker, question and answer maker. There's text analytics, and then there's a translator text, in which you can click on that, put in new tab, and see that. So you can see translator text documentation. Translator text is a cloud-based machine translation service you can use to translate text in near real time through a simple REST API call. The API uses modern neural machine translation technology and offers statistical machine translation technology. Custom Translator is an extension of the Translator Text API which allow you to build neural translation system. The customized translation system can be used to translate text with the Translator Text API or the Microsoft Speech Services. So you can this is also about this API. So the cognitive service actually has very cool features that you can employ to make your application much more intelligent and much more modern, to solve natural problems. So we have that, a translator text documentation, that's the translation API, and then of course we're interested in the search API. Our video is based on the search API, so you can see we have different search API, but all it's very comprehensive, and they are all under Bing API: Bing News Search, Video Search, Web Search, Auto Suggest, Custom Search, Entity Search, Image Search, Visual Search, Spell Check, and Bing Local Business Search. I think I like this. It's still in the preview. I like it. Just to find local businesses within your area and within your region. I think it's cool. Let's just look at it and see. But we are going to do a Bing web search. Just search through the web and bring out certain information about an input. But let's look at this Bing local business search. Which is on the preview as at the time of this recording. So this Bing Local Business Search API enable your applications to find contact and location information about local businesses based on search queries. So this is cool. For example, you are in a particular city, let's say you're in London, for instance, and you just type restaurants. You see the different restaurants within the city of London. I think is what this API is all about, and this is cool. So you're looking for businesses, hospitals, you're new in town, or you just want to get to know more about contact and location of different businesses. So you could look at this. Have interest in this, we'll probably do a video on it. So that's that. And then okay, so that's that. And then we have decision API, intelligence. We have anomaly detector, we have content moderator, and personalizer. Content moderator, of course, is good, more especially if you're talking about parental control and just stuffs like that. You just want to eliminate some certain kind of keywords and contents from your application, from your search. So let's look at it. Content moderator. Okay, the Microsoft Azure Content Moderator API is a cognitive service that checks text, image, and video content for material that is potentially offensive, risky, or otherwise undesirable. When such material is found, the service applies appropriate label flags to the content. Your app can then handle flag content in order to comply with regulation or maintain the intended environment for use. So this is very cool. This is a very cool API that you can use to moderate contents, more especially if you're developing application that has to do with adverts and all that. You just want to moderate some certain kind of contents, so that's cool. So we might probably get to look at it, So the beautiful thing about this API is it just does only it doesn't only moderate text content, it also moderate image content. That's cool, and video content as well. So this is very cool. So I think Google has this, I think Google has this too. All right then. So that is that about the APIs, the cognitive service APIs under the category cognitive services. So like I said, we are going to focus more on the search API, particularly the web search API, which we're going to discuss it in the next video. And we're going to create our own search engine application, that we can search for any word. at all on the internet. So thank you for watching. Once more time, my name is Ayuba John. Hello, welcome to session 2 on this video series on how to create a search engine web application in C# by integrating the Bing API. So in the session 2 here, we're going to talk about Bing Web Search API in details, and we're going to see the prerequisites that are necessary to be able to integrate the Bing Web Search API into our application. So if you head back to the Azure Cognitive Service documentation, under the Search API category, we have a whole lot of search there: news search, video search, web search, auto suggest, Bing custom search, entity search, image search, visual search, spell check, and Bing local business search. So let's go right ahead and go to Bing web search. You can open these in the new tab. So really want to get to see what this is all about. So the Bing Web Search API enables you to integrate Bing search capabilities into your application. By sending search queries with the API, you can get relevant web pages, images, videos, news, and more. So the Bing Web Search API actually is like an integration of all the other image, news, and video web search. So you can see, of course, if you want to know what the Bing Web Search API is, the Bing Web Search, you can come here, and you can click on it, and then if you want to see web search responses, you can look at it here, and then auto suggest for Bing queries if we want to work with that. So let's just click this and open it in a new tab and learn about the Bing Web Search API in detail. So the Bing Web Search API is a RESTful service that provides instant answers to user queries. Search results are easily configured to include web pages, images, videos, news, translations, and more. Bing Web Search API provides a result as JSON based on search relevance and your Bing Web Search subscription. The API is optimal for applications that need access to all content that is relevant to a user's search query. If you're building an application that requires only a specific type of result, consider either the image search, the video search, the news search, or but if you want to build everything, then see you can see this full list, the Cognitive Services API that we just discussed. So now the first thing is, if you want to use this, of course you can watch a demo here, on how this work, and you can see the features. The Bing Web Search doesn't only give you access to instant answer, it also provides additional features and functionalities that allow you to customize search results for your users. So all these, like, you can suggest search terms in real time, just like Google and Bing, filter and restrict results by content type, hit highlighting for Unicode characters, localize search result by country, region, and or markets. So you could do that. Bing Web Search supports more than 3 dozen countries or regions. Use this feature to refine search results to a specific country, region, or market. So that's also cool. Like if you're developing application, a web application to target these a particular region or country based on a search queries, then you could also use this Bing Web Search to do that. So you can analyze search metrics and Bing statistics. So this is also very cool. So for instance, I'm searching about football and all that. Now, the Bing Web Search API is easy to call from any programming language that uses HTTP requests and pass JSON responses. So aside that, there are also SDKs that have been built in a different programming language, JS, C#, Java, and the rest. So the first thing that we need to do, if you're here, is you create your free account with Bing, with Microsoft. If you have a Microsoft account, then you could just proceed directly and log in. But if you don't, then you just go here and then you click create a free account. So to access all these APIs, actually you need to you know, have an account with the Microsoft Azure. So good. So create your Azure free account to get started with 12 months of free services, which is cool. So you can have a free account or you could buy, depending on your needs. If you're developing an application for an enterprise company or a big company, then it's always good you buy. So you can see them, you can scroll. 12 months of popular free services, 200 credits, and then 25 plus free services. So if you're here, scroll up. So you could just click this start free. I've registered before, but I just want to show you what it requires. Okay, let's wait for this to come up and then okay, what's going on here? Oh, it's signing me in, so that's why it took all this time. I can see my email address here. Well, the sign up is pretty easy. You just follow those steps and then you sign up for the free accounts, or you could you know, sign up for more other accounts or paid accounts if you want to. So this is about me. I'm signed up, and of course identity verification by phone. Have I done this? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think I've done that. But once you signed up to Microsoft, Microsoft Azure, you have your accounts, and you have $200 credit for 30 days and keep going for free. So you signed up, you have everything. What I want to show you really is because you need to have your API, or if you want to do this, you can see if you go to the URL cognitive services my APIs, once you sign in, you're going to see this. So okay, let me just show you how this is done. I think it's because I'm signed in. Let's close this. Let's close this. So we're talking about the Bing web search, right? Okay. Of course, if you want to see the samples, the REST samples and SDK samples, you can click each of these. If you click the REST samples, it takes you to the GitHub page, and if you click the SDK samples, you're going to see different samples and different SDKs, .NET, and all that. But now, if you create your free account, actually, and okay, so Bing web search, right? Let's go here. Quick start. REST API, click on C#, since this is what we're interested in. Now, this is actually a quick start. Search the web using Bing web search, REST API, and C#. And if you look at here, this application is actually designed as a console application. So, but we are going to design ours as a web application where users can actually get the look and feel of it. So if you can see, this is actually designed as a console application. So you could read through it and then see how everything is being put together as a console application, in which it returns the response. Now, if you follow this tutorial, you're going to have this JSON response here. So now our own goal is to convert this JSON response into more user-friendly interface that people can interact with. So in the end of the day, we're going to create something like this, which I was showing you in the beginning. So we're going to create this application, or I called it live search application, and then you can search for different, let's say I want to search for Bitcoin, for instance, and then you hit the search button. Well, I didn't do any exception handling in this application. It's just to just to show you how the application will be designed. So the network is a little bit slow. We might have some errors, but we hope we don't have. Oh, let's see. I just hope the operation went timed out because it's kind of slow. Okay, good. So we searched for Bitcoin and this result is being popped out. You can see Bitcoin, open source P2P money, Bitcoin on Wikipedia. You can click each of this link. So this is like a simple live search application that we created. And then it's just very simple. We just return in the first few queries that we can get. So from different websites. So what it does is it index different websites, search different websites, and bring out this. So we're not putting any image or videos yet, but of course I will show you how you can actually integrate that into your own application. So that is that. You can see different websites of Bitcoin, daily FX. Okay, so this is what we want to create at the end of the day, and okay, so you have to add the Bing search actually to your subscription. So once you're logged in, okay, sorry, let's go here. This is JSON response, and I just showed you how our interface is going to look like, right? Now, scroll up a little bit, and let's look at the prerequisites that are needed for us to be able to integrate these codes into our application. So, the first thing first, it requires you to have Microsoft Cognitive Service account. So you click here. But if you don't have an account, you can use a free trial to get a subscription key. So if you have an account, you can click here. But if you don't have, you can just click here to get this free subscription key. I think it's going to log me in again. So let me just click here and then show you. Okay, once you just follow the step of registration, you're going to it's going to take you to your own dashboard. So in which of course we've added the Bing search API. So you can see it includes all this, and then this is it, Bing search API. So if you scroll down, you're going to see my key. So these are different endpoints you can actually use, you know, suggestions. Oh, sorry. Suggestions, images, local businesses, news, spell check, Europe reviews, videos, and all that. So these are actually what you can actually put in your and then this is your key. So you're going to need this key to be able to create your application. So that's my key. So that's that about the Microsoft Bing Web Search API. So in the next video, we are going to go right ahead and start coding. We've talked a lot. We've talked about plenty of things, you know. We've talked theoretically a lot. So let's go into coding immediately. So thank you for watching. Hi, welcome to session 3 on this video series on how to create a search engine web application in C# by integrating the Bing API. In this video series session here, we are going to create a web search application. So we're going to dive into the codes and create our own web search application. So in the last video, we were able to create a free account on the Microsoft Azure platform, and then we're able to make sure that you add the search API, so the web search API, so to your account, to your subscription. So once you have that, you're going to have your subscription key that you will need. So I have my own subscription keys here, and then of course these are the endpoints I can actually play with, you know, video, search, images, local businesses, news, and all that. So now that we have this, let's go right ahead and create our application. I've created this application before, but I'm going to show you how this is done. And then of course we're going to look at we're going to use this as a guide. We're going to go into the we can go to the quick start tutorial that is given by Microsoft, and then we're going to use it as a guide just to get some things up and running. So just go to Microsoft Docs, and then you get to look at this. So we're going to use this as a guide. So now first of all, you'll go to Visual Studio. Open your Visual Studio. I'm using Visual Studio 2015 for this. So just go to File once you have a Visual Studio open, and then go to New. So I'm just going to create a simple empty website. So you go to File, you go to New, and then you create an empty website. I'm using my latest.NET framework, which is framework 4.7. So I'm just going to select empty website. I'm going to call this live search. All right. Live search. And then I'm running this from my local host, the Internet Information Server installed. So I'm selecting Visual C#. Just go right ahead and hit the OK button. So we have these. I'm just looking for the So we're creating the live search application, and then like I said, we'll look through this tutorial. This is created in console. We're creating a web application version of this, so there are going to be some few changes that we will need to use here and there. So but it's basically the same thing that we're going to have here. And of course, there's you can look at the GitHub page of this. You can see here the last step is to run your code. Oh, sorry, let's scroll up a little bit. So the sample code is in the GitHub, so you can click here and get to see the GitHub page of that. But first of all, let's design the interface before we go into coding. So now we've created our live search application, right? So let's just add a page. Just right click here in your solution explorer here. You go to add, and then add a new item. So we're just going to add a simple page, just simple ASPX page. Let's just go right ahead and hit OK. Good. Now we have this empty page. It just then okay. So let's just put this. Let's just say H2 live search. Web application, where you can search for contents over the net. So now that we have this, let's just create a simple table. And okay, before I do that, can I centralize this a little bit? Weight 90%, and then chain auto, right? Good. So I'm just gonna use a table, like just gonna create a table. So I'll just drop a text box there. I'll call these text search, and then I created another, and then I put a button here. I call this button search, and then I create an on-click event for that. So I should also give the table a weight. Let's say 60%. Good. Okay. Well, let's say, yeah, 60%. Let's say 70. So I also give this text box a width. Let's say 650 pixel. If it's not okay, and then I give it a height. Let's say 30 pixel. So I also give the button a height 30 pixel. So let's run this and see. Just a very simple web application. Simple but yet very powerful. Now, as against using the SDK, we're just going to go directly and use the API, the REST API, the RESTful API tool, so you can get to see how this works instead of looking at the SDK that's already been developed. So let's wait for this to run and see our interface. Okay, live search web application. Here we can search for something here, and good. You can see these are things I've searched before in the other application. So let's name this button search, right? And yeah, I think I need to reduce this to like maybe 60. It's too long. Let's name this button. Okay, sorry. Let's change the text to search. Okay, good. So we're able to do this now, and then so that is the interface we're going to create. Okay, let's rerun this. Okay, good. This is a little bit cleaner now. So we type our search query here, what we want to search for, and then we hit the search button, and then it displays where. So we need a grid view. We just We can pick a grid view. Okay, we go to data, and then just for simplicity, let's just pick a grid view. A very powerful control. And now let's drop it here. But we could put a break. You know, could put a break and okay, good. So I can just name these GV search, give it a width of 100%, right? And then since we're not going to auto generate the columns, okay, save this first. Instead of GV search, we can say GV result. Yes, GV result is better. GV results, and then let's say auto generate columns. It should be false. Good. And now okay, all right, I'll come to this later once we're coding. So we have this, and then it's also good to once we search, we should know the total number of search results that are available, just like Bing. You know, if you go to Bing, like this is Bing website, for instance. So we just want our interface to look just a little bit like this, but not necessarily. But so we need to put this so that we can see how many results are available for anything we search on the web. So we just put a small label here. So that would just be below the table. Let's take a so we can call these results, search results, and then remove this, and then say font italic to be true, right? Good. So now that we have this, we can run our interface. Now we have this, right? Good. So we have a interface, live search web application that we can type in a keyword, hit the search button, and then we have our result displayed in our grid view. So okay, that is it about the interface. I think this is okay. We don't need to go far. So in the next video, let's dive into coding and see what we can code out of this. So we're going to continue from where we stopped in the last video, and in designing our live search web application. So we're able to create this interface where we can type in queries, hit the search button, and we have a result. Now the next thing, let's dive into code. So go to your code behind, which I already have mine here, and then of course we have the the API to work with. Oh, should be now. Quick start here. Good. So of course we have this. So we're just going to go into each codes and be able to get a JSON response and look at what we need to do. So the first and first, like I said, you should have your subscription key, in which you already have that. And then we will need this namespaces, system, the text.net.io, collection, the generic. So okay, the text.io. Okay, we have collection, the generic. We don't have the text, so we need the text. We need the system, we need the text, we need the net, and .io. Or we could just rather copy this and then delete anyone that is not. So you could just come here and paste this. So that means we don't. This is ambiguous, and so is this. Good. So now that we have this, let's see what it says next. So of course, this is a console application class program. We don't have that in our web application, so we're going to skip that. And then so you can see it says here, first of all, we create our key, enter valid subscription key. So we put our key value here, and then this is the URI base we're going to use. We're going to use search. So if you look at our endpoints, good. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, no, this is not the page I'm looking for. I can simply go right ahead and close this. Okay, so these are different endpoints, and we are using the web search, right? So we're using the web search endpoints. Suggestion entity local business. Okay, we've added web search actually. You can see it here. Videos, your preview, news. So well, the Bing search API includes this. So we've added our, if you can see in the other page, the web search endpoint has been added to us, to our. So if I want to add this remaining, I can just go right ahead and click add. So you need to do this on your own. So you need to do this to be able to add them. So you can add each of these. So I've already added web search as an endpoint to my application. So, and that is what is needed here. So that is what it needed here. So you can see this is a search term. So let's just go right ahead and copy this. So we can declare this here, or we can declare it on page load. We can declare it on page load, right? You can just say if No, I don't think we should declare it on page load because we will need it for. So let's leave it. Let's declare it here before the page load. It's always good here. So we'll put our access key here, and then this is the endpoint we're using, and then this is the search term. Now this search term here, we could remove this. That's all. Yeah. Hey, let's just put these in our button search. I think we should just put this here in our button search first. Okay, I'm just trying to see the best way I can go with this. Let's put a search term here, and then instead of this text that is being put, we just say text search. The text, right? We'll proceed from here as it goes. Okay, what is it saying? The expression being assigned to such term must be constant, so I need this. Good. So let's put our key here, our access key here. So we go right ahead and pick our access key that we already have. So I have two access keys here. I'm just going to pick any one. So you can see this is my API that has already been added, being search API. So and I think I have 7 days trial for this. So I just pick my access key. You can pick anyone, first key or the second key. So you go right ahead and replace it here. So we're employing the search endpoints, you know. The search endpoints is what we are using. And like I told you, these are lists of endpoints you could work with. Now that we have this, okay, so let's go right ahead and look at what it says next. So here for this console application, it says declare a main method and you know, add all this. So here what we're just going to need here is we need this search results here. Okay, if access key is these okay, let's copy this and then let's edit it accordingly. So we'll put these in our just below this in our button search. We don't need this first line of code, and we don't also need this line of code. Of course we need this, we have search term, we need that, and we don't also need this line of code. We don't also need this line of code. We don't also need this line of code. Now this is okay, what we need to do here, I'll explain it. Our label results, Now here's what's happening here. Now we'll check if the access length is if the access length is correct, if it's 32 characters, and then we're going to call this class search results. I'm going to look at that later, and then we're going to look through the result that we have and then display this JSON. Now I want to display this JSON first before we go into displaying it on our own grid view. So we'll just put label results here that we declared, and then we say it's equals to this, right? So once we're done with that, so we don't need this line of code. Now else we could just come here and say results. As if this fails, and then it should be equals to this. Let's just use the first one. And by doing that, we don't need these 2 lines of codes since we're not running with console application. So good. So now we need this function and this function here. Now this is just to display the JSON result. So now if you see the next thing, it says create a structure for search results. So we're just going to create the structure, have a JSON result and the dictionary. So we return search results with headers. So we copy these, and then hey, let me create more. Try to make this look more cleaner a little bit. So now we've created a search result, right? That will have this, and then so it's either we get the JSON result or we get the dictionary format of the relevant headers of the JSON result. Now the next thing is we construct our requests, you know. So this code is going to construct the search query and perform the get request and handle the response. So let me just pick it and then I'll explain it. So good. Since we're using, we don't need the static here. Let's remove that. So result being web search, right? And then URI base, which is already declared, which is this is the endpoint we're using, right? And then of course we are creating the response, you know, the URI base with the search query, which is the search query is what we've already declared. Now I'll have our access key here with these, and then we're getting the response in JSON format using these classes string header. Now so we also have these. It's either we get the JSON result or we have the dictionary headers. So for each header and response, we return these. Now this is pretty straightforward. If you look at it, it's pretty straightforward. So what we need to do now is to you know, work with the JSON format and remove unnecessary characters and all that. So we'll need that function. So we'll format the response, which will need this kind of codes here. So let's copy this. Now this is just to remove unnecessary characters and add characters to the necessary places. So if you look at it, for example, we'll replace this with this, and then if you look at with the string builder class, if you look at, you can see we offset this and then we switch characters that has been declared here. If the character is this, we ignore and put quotes. So if the character is this, we also ignore and put that other character there. So we append the necessary characters to the right places according to the API definition. So now that we have this, let's scroll through and see. Currently we have no errors, right? So we're going to run these, and then hopefully this should give us the JSON. This should give us the JSON. Save this. This should give us the JSON response and our label results here. So, but our label result was formatted it to be font italic. So maybe I remove this for now, since I'm interested in getting the JSON response. So, but I'll fix that later. So this is their own response, and this is sample response that they have. Let's run ours and see the response we're going to get. But first of all, we go through and make sure that everything is fine and good and there is no error, right? Good. So let's refresh this page. So refresh this page. Okay, so let's just type leader token. Leader, sorry, leader token. So let's say we're searching for this. So we hit the search button, and we're going to get the JSON response of this, formatted JSON response. So good. Now this is the formatted JSON response when you type lead token, but this is not yet intelligent, so we have to bring out the intelligence of this. So what we need to do currently is we just pick this whole, copy everything, just copy. We go to our Visual Studio, and then we create a class. So add new item. No, not add new item. Sorry, we need to put the class in our app code. I think I need to close this. Oops, sorry. Okay, we click on these, go to add, and then ESP.NET folder. So we'll just click app code. So we add the app code class, and from here we click, we go to add a new item. So we put a class. Good. Let's just leave it at class 1, the CS. Now let's delete this class here. We don't need this. Now, excuse me. So we go to a view, and now is it in view? We're looking for paste special, or is it an edit? Good, paste special, and then paste. You can remember the JSON response we copied. So we're just going to paste and generate a JSON class out of that. So this can help us to know how our response it looks like and how we're going to use it to get the best out of our application. So let's just click this, and then this has pasted the JSON response that we have copied. So you can see we have it here. We have root object, we have this declaration type, query context, web pages, ranking response, and then we also have query context, original query, and we have web pages. Of course, we have this web pages class that is taken from here, and we're going to get the website URL, total estimated matches, and then we have the value class. So these are very important if you want to develop a full-blown web search application that will function exactly like Bing. You could actually tweak this class and use it how you want to use it. But for this our own simple application, we'll be interested in the value here. We'll be interested in this class, so we'll just get the name, the URL, and then the snippets. So that's just it, and that's just what we'll be interested in for now. And then of course we also need to find the total estimated matches, which is this. So these are what we will need for this our own simple. But you could look at this, you could design your own application to have many more features that you can actually pick from here, like ranking response, some intelligence that you want. You could look at them, and you could work with them all in all and see all that. You could dig deep, get images, videos, and all that. But now we're just doing only a web search, right? Okay, good. So now we have this class. All we need to do is go back to these. Now the first thing is, since we're able to have this, I think we should create a JSON since we're able to have this. Okay, I think I should just keep this so that we work with this in the next video and format what we have more properly. Okay, so we have this class now. In the next video we're just going to format the class and put these in our appropriate grid view and all that. So thank you for watching. So let's continue from where we stopped in the last video. We were able to have this nice generated response in a JSON format here. So we're going to convert this. We're going to deserialize this JSON response, and then intelligently map it into our grid view control and get the necessary variables we just want to display. So we displayed that in this label called result, in which we're going to change that very soon. Did I say something? I think we need this. Let's just console write this, because if we don't put this we might run into error. We deleted this earlier on. Also dry line, let's just put it. We need the header key, to be able to proceed with what we're doing. The header key, and then plus the header value. So we need this. Now what we're going to do is okay, you need to before we deserialize this, we're going to use newtonsoft.json. So if you don't have these, you can go to websites, go to manage NuGet packages. If you can see this here, and then go to browse and then search for Newtonsoft. So this is it. So you just install this, you search for this, and then you install this. So I've already installed this on mine. So once you've added that, then you can be able to call this namespace, and then you can be able to deserialize your object. So now that we have this, I don't think we need this for now. So instead we're going to create a string. Let me call it reader string, right? And then we will just take, instead of displaying this in a label, let's display this in a variable. Good. So now we're going to deserialize this reader string now. Now if you could remember in our class that we did special paste, the root class is called this root objects. So we'll just declare that. So we're going to say root object. Let me call it response data. And then JSON convert. Now you have to have the JSON namespace imported before you can be able to use this. So we deserialize objects. Root objects, sorry. Now using our reader string here that we declared above. So now we've deserialized this. Now in our label result here, you can I think in our label result we want to display the, what did we say? Is it the ranking response? No, we want to display the total estimated matches. This will give us the total estimated matches. So it's on the this class web pages. So web pages, this class. So we come here and then we will say label result should so we have our res data. Oh, it's not res dates, res data, response data. Okay, we said web pages, right? Response data, web pages. You just have to be careful. Okay, good. Web pages. So we need total estimated matches. Okay, good. And that's an integer. Web pages. So, oh, sorry. Total estimated matches. Now, since it's an integer, let's get the toString format. So for any keyword now we search, we're going to get the total estimated matches of that here before we display it on the grid view. So let's save these and run it and see. Okay, so let's refresh this page. Okay, let's just wait for this to refresh. Like, okay, good. So we can search for anything. Let's say maybe I want to search for mango juice. Sometimes I like mango juice. So we're going to see the total responses. Mango juice. Okay, good. We have is it 60,500,000 responses for mango juice. Now we're able to do that. So the next thing, we need to bind these to our grid view. So we just come here and it's as simple as saying GV results data source should be our REST data. GV results data bind. Okay, but we need to build this. We need to put what we really need in the grid view to display. So like I said, we'll be interested in the value class. Since we've had total estimated matches, we'll be interested in the name, the URL, and then the snippet. We'll just be interested in this tree. So okay, good. Now let's go back to, so we're just going to design it to look more like how it is in Bing. So come here, we'll see columns, and then we create templates, template field, so item template. These are item templates. Good. So we start with let's put a label here. This will have the name, so we can call it label name. And then this text here, I'm just gonna do this. Name, so make it font size, make it X large. Good. And then maybe color, before color, make it kind of blue, blue violet, cadet blue, cornflower blue. Let's put cornflower blue and see. Okay, so just hit this, create a space, and then okay, so now I said the URL, right? So let's put a link button there for the URL. So I can just move this. I'll give it a name. I could just say line URL, right? And then text property. So we have a URL here that you can click, and then it takes you to the next. So after we have that, of course we'll do this. Of course we'll put a break, and then we'll put a div, and then put a snippet. So you can just copy this. So we say snippet. The snippet, I think I got the spelling correctly. Okay, good. Now you could put a whole lot of like dates, last scroll, language, is it navigational and all that, and you can create a very deep if you want to go about that particular link, you could go to the about class and then put the name and all that, ranking response and all that, if you want to add some intelligence. So I think we're good to go having this. Let's refresh these and okay, let's run these and see. Okay, mango juice, right? What's the search for the mango juice? Okay, let's still search for mango juice. Oh, what is the mistake we're having? Okay. Oh, it must be okay, good. We did a small mistake there. Of course, we're interested in the value class, and we'll find that in web pages, right? And then if you have to look at this, web pages, right? And then value. Pages dot value. Okay, here's what we're interested in. So we'll refresh this again. Okay. Let's still go right ahead and search for our languages. Good, and we have this response. You can see that. So we have these results and then this response. So let's just try and format this a little bit and make it to look much more pretty. So you can see mango juice recipe, how to make mango juice recipe. You can click this and it takes you to the website and all that. This has searched through a whole lot of websites and give us this first few pages. So I think I'm gonna make this a little bit beautiful. Let's make the searches here. I just add results, right? Some number of results found, and then I can go here and make these. Oh, where is it? Make these, just we'll revert it back. So we say font italic true, and then for this one here we could show header to be false, right? So I think this will make it a little bit much more prettier. Okay, let's refresh it again and run it. Okay, so this time around, let's search for Bitcoin. You can see, so we have this interface, and we can search for everything. So we can search for, let's say, education, ecosystem, and then we have this. So that is that. So we're able to create our live search web application, and we're able to display this results and all that. So, developing an innovation ecosystem for education, cisco.com. Okay, all right. Now, so good. If you've been following this tutorial and you've made it to this, well done for making it this far. So we're able to create our live search web application that integrates with the Bing web search API, and we're able to display this result. And like I said, you could go deeply and using the classes that we have created with the paste special, you could display anything you want to display and all that. So you could see, you could go as deep as you want, ranking response and all that you can go. But for simplicity and then just to get the basics up and running, we're able to create this. So one more time, thanks for watching. My name is Ayuba Ojonubo. Welcome to the concluding part of this video series on how to create a search engine web application in C# by integrating the Bing API. And then through the course of this video project, we were able to look at the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services. We looked at the Vision API, the Speech API, Language API, the Search API, and Decision API. And then for our own specific application, we chose the Bing Web Search API, in which we're able to create an application that serves like the Bing search engine, and we just create a simple search engine that we can query for different items. So we looked at that, and we're able to create this simple live web search application that brings out results of what we type in our queries here. It's just a very simple application, but yet powerful, and gives us the right results for what we're looking for by searching through the Bing web search API. So if you want to create this kind of application, then this video tutorial is for you, and then it's going to help you through to gain a deeper understanding on this. So like I said, the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services are actually very good, nice applications, nice APIs that you can look at and work with. So once again, my name is Ayuba Ojonuwa Muazu, and then thanks for watching this video. We're still going to pick one of these topics, and then we are going to work on it. So just stay tuned, and you're going to watch some of my videos that I'm going to walk you through some of these APIs here to learn how to integrate the Microsoft Cognitive Services API. So thank you for watching. Once again, like I said, my name is Ayuba Ojonubo Muazu. Here, let's get to see the result of this. Okay, all right then. Bye.